Family, we have made it to the very, very end of Annie's 30 Days of April vlog challenge. It's been such a transformative journey for me, y'all, and I pray that you all have taken at least one something that you can apply to your life, that you were encouraged by, empowered by, inspired by, uplifted by, because God has just been doing an amazing thing. Not just in my life, but I know He's been doing great things in your lives. And I just hope that it's been a great 30 days for you, as it has been for me. The funny thing is, you guys, my mom told me at the very beginning of this, Annie, God is going to do some incredible things with this 30 days, with this challenge. And of course, I knew that God was going to do great things because God always does great things, but I didn't know specifically what, and I didn't know what really my mom, meant by that. And my prayer was that this would be an amazing 30 days for you all, and that you take something away and that you feel inspired to be your very best self, and that it's an easier walk for you in your royal journey. It's easier for you to walk in your royalty. Hearing my stories and my experiences, and just knowing that, like, you can be your very normal self, your very unique self, and still walk in your royalty, and still walk down the straight and narrow path. And although, it's not always the easiest path, but that you can do it because there are people just like you, like me, who are doing it and who are trying, to continue to walk in our royalty. So I apologize for the 3 days that I missed, but I've been trying to figure out how to end this thing with a bang. And it's really funny because God's timing is everything, right? And so I'm going to share with you guys a little story, maybe a little lengthy, but I pray that you just stick with it, because I want to share how good God has been and how good He's going to continue to be, if we just remain faithful, if we remain patient, and if we're just obedient. So, y'all, okay, let's backtrack to my first year of college. So I've been here for 5 years. You guys know that. And it has been a true journey. But I just want to give you a summary, a little synopsis of how much of a journey it has been. So graduated high school, Oak Park River Forest. I'm from Oak Park, from Chicago, Illinois. And I had no money. I mean, $0 to give to Howard University, y'all. But my family encouraged me, my friends encouraged me, just go. You don't need the money will find you, you will find it. Something's gonna happen. Just go, do not let it deter you, do not let it stop you. So I just went. Political science major with $0, right? But I just knew it was gonna work itself out. I didn't know how much of a journey this truly would be. So I get to college, fall in love. I did well my freshman year. I was able to join an organization called Howard University Campus Pals, where we mentor freshmen and transfer students and just get them adjusted, and just have like a smooth transition from high school or whatever other school they were in to Howard University. And so that was that. Amazing friends that I met my freshman year are my best friends now. Shout out to them. And it was just great. So that was freshman year. Amazing, right? And then sophomore year comes, and Howard tells me, you don't have enough money to do this thing. So first semester of sophomore year, I was enrolled. Second semester, I wasn't enrolled until midterms time, okay? And for anybody that has been in college or even heard stories of college, you don't want to just pop in during midterm season, because you have to be prepared to take those midterm exams and pass them. And obviously, if I'm not enrolled in any classes, that would be hard. So I went to talk to Miss Benjamin. And I was in Miss Benjamin's office literally every day until she said, okay, you're getting on my nerves talking to me. I am going to allow you to register. You're going to have to figure things out with professors to see if they would allow you to take midterms. That's on you. But if you can come up with some amount of money, I don't remember, within a month, you'll be good. If not, we'll have to purge you, and that's that. So I remember, mind you, my GPA wasn't competitive. Freshman year, okay, I did well. And then first semester, I was just decent. So I didn't have a competitive GPA for her to be like, oh, we can give you a scholarship. So that was that. Miss Benjamin was like, you come up with this money and we'll figure it out. Okay. So a bunch of thanks to my church home, a bunch of thanks to family members for their financial support and pouring into me. And then a bunch of thanks to just everybody else who could not give monetarily, but they gave, their prayers and their positive energy and good spirits and encouragement. And so I was able to enroll sophomore year, second semester sophomore year. Great. Also, I got an internship with the Department of Homeland Security. And so I was able to kind of use that and leverage that in order for administration to kind of help me out. I'm doing things with my degree or with this degree that I'm trying to get. Please help me out, Howard. And so that worked itself out. God worked out, right? So I finished with a 3 something, but cool. So junior year came, and junior year comes around, and I'm living in another dorm. I'm living in the towers. It was cool, and that's when things kind of went downhill. Now, mind you, I've worked my entire time of college, and I was working at Apple, and I was putting Apple and work before my academics. So that was not good for me at all. And I didn't do well. I did not do well at all my junior year, but I wasn't terrible. But I just did not do well. I didn't do what Annie came to Howard to do. So, and I also was trying to, pursue other things while being at Howard. And because I didn't have a competitive GPA, I wasn't able to do that. So I was bummed out about that. However, my sophomore year, I did compete to become Miss Black and Gold, and I did become Miss Black and Gold, beta chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Junior year, I competed for district, and then I competed for the regional level, and I won. But they didn't have a national competition because they're biannual, right? And so, but that was great for me. That was a bit of a pick me up. And it's been awesome serving my chapter, serving the district, the region. And so, okay, we're going back to junior year. I was trying to do a lot. Couldn't do those things because I was not competitive. My GPA was terrible for the standards that I hold myself to. The GPA was terrible. And so I was bummed out because I wasn't able to do all that I wanted to do that year. And y'all, second semester junior year, I'm not sure what happened, but I lost all motivation. I didn't see, what I was fighting for, really. I didn't know if I really liked my major. I'm a political science major, which I really love now. But then I was just like, what am I really here for? What is my role in Howard University? What is my role here on earth right now? I was just trying to figure things out. Like, what do I need to be doing? But I just hit a very, very rough spot, very rough patch. And you guys, and I'm sharing this with you because you are my family. And I trust that you wouldn't use what I say against me, but that you would use it to be inspired and just to understand, where I was in this moment. So my second semester of junior year, I ended with a .63 GPA. I failed all of my classes, maybe but one or two, and not a 1.63, not a 2.63, not a 3.63. I got a 0.63 GPA my second semester of junior year. So you could imagine where I was, where my headspace was, and it was terrible. Like I was just not feeling it. And the crazy thing about it is I didn't share with anybody, what I was going through, what I felt, because it was new to me. And what's crazy is I was complacent. And any other time, like right now, if I did that bad, I would be pissed at myself. I'd be so mad, trying to figure out how did I get to this point. But I was just like, the crazy thing is I was okay. I was just like, all right, it is what it is. I failed. I did terribly. That's where I'm at. And I don't think I was upset, because in that moment I felt like that's just what I should have done. I just felt like I'm not doing good. I wasn't happy with where I was in life. I'm just like, I was just literally existing. I was purely existing. And then, so after junior year, I was staying in the dorm. You guys, I got kicked out of my dorm. Literally, my mother can attest to this. I called my mom and said, I am locked out of my dorm with all of my belongings. They changed the lock, and I'm just sitting here waiting for the next step. I had nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go. And so I just had to figure that thing out. And I'm not even sure what I did in that moment, but I just had to figure things out. I literally was placed outside of my dorm with my belongings, sitting on top of stuff like this. And so mommy was freaked out about everything. Mind you, she didn't know how I did at the end of my junior year. I wasn't going to share it because I didn't want to share that. I was ashamed, embarrassed, and it just was not, that is nothing that you want to share. Really didn't want to share it now, but I just wanted to share it for the sake of my story. And so first semester of senior year comes around, and I moved into an apartment with one of my friends. It was cool. The apartment had no windows, and so it was just dark. So I literally would wake up into darkness. I would wake up into darkness every day, which did not help my mental state at all. It didn't help my spirit. Definitely didn't help my academics. And again, I was still focused on work. I was working 2 jobs at this point, trying to figure things out, trying to make money to stay in school. Things just were not working out. And so first semester of senior year, y'all, I ended with a .83. So that entire year, I went from a .60 to a .83. I think I said a .63 before, but I went from a .60 to a .83, which somebody could say, oh, you made some sort of progress. No, I did terribly again. Failed all of my classes again. And that's not me. And so I didn't understand what was going on with me. And I'm just like, God, what is it? Why can't I get myself together? Why am I not going to classes? Why am I not taking tests, turning in papers? And why am I okay with that? Couldn't figure it out. And finances were all over the place because I was paying for rent. And so I had to go to work and sacrifice classes and things like that. Or that's what I thought. That was my mentality. And so I just struggled big time, y'all. I struggled big time. And then second semester comes around and they tell me I cannot enroll because I don't have money. And I needed a break, you guys, because I was just clearly all over the place. And then, so I was working. I wasn't in school second semester of what should have been my senior year. And, I went into Howard thinking I was going to graduate in 4 years. That didn't happen. So after that, I had moved out of my apartment. It was about time. And I was getting ready to go to Cape Town, South Africa for 2 months, and then Jamaica for a month. You guys, the exact week before I had to leave to go to Cape Town, I discovered my friend deceased. And so my mind was all over the place. It was far from school. It was far from Cape Town. I was just there in that moment. But God is so awesome the way that he just keeps people, because he really just kept me in, during that entire situation. And I had to leave, to go to Africa. I was helping lead programs, and so I had to be in a good headspace. I had to figure out what was going on in DC, what all I needed to do, and didn't even really have time to react to anything because everything was moving so fast. And so I threw my clothes in a bag, left to go to Africa. Went to Africa, was working with my kids, working with volunteers, and I just had to have a moment with God. I really did. I had to have a moment with God, and I just said, God, there's something that you need me to do, and I'm just not there yet, but I need you to get me there, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Then one of my best friends calls me and tells me that she lost her mom while I was in Jamaica, and she was in Cape Town. And so that was a lot. I'm like, God, what's going on? What has been going on this entire journey? For the past couple of years, it's just been a lot going on. And God was just like, I got something great for you. Just hold on, just wait. And so I went back to school, and when I left Jamaica, I had nowhere to go. I didn't have an apartment to go to. Remember, I had just moved out of my apartment, and I started staying with one of my friends, and he was really cool about it. One of my brothers, really cool about it. But I just had my suitcase and me, no home, trying to figure things out, right? And I remember calling Wendy, my mother, and I said, Ma, you know what? I don't have to get my degree at Howard. I can always come home, figure things out, because Howard, again, was telling me that I needed money to re-enroll. I can come home, work, take some classes elsewhere, get my GPA up so that I can be competitive and get scholarships and come back. And she was like, Annie, now I'm basically I'm always in your corner, and I'm always for whatever decision you make. But this decision, you can't do this, Annie. You have to finish. You dreamt of getting your degree from Howard University, so you have to do that. You just got to trust God and have faith, as you always do, and he will come through. And so I was really ready to throw in the towel, and I didn't feel bad about it. I was just like, this is just something that I got to do. But my mom was like, absolutely not. And so I figured out another, financial situation. I drafted something to send out to family and friends. It was essentially a business proposal, and I was asking them to make an investment in me so that I'm able to invest in the world. And so, again, I have a few key players in my life that really just always hold it down, and they never disappoint. And they held it down, of course, again, and I was able to re-enroll at Howard. So now I find myself in my 5th year at Howard University, my final year. And first semester, I ended with a 4.0, which was the first time I've ever received a 4.0. I've ever earned a 4.0 in my life. And my mom called me and told me to apply for this White House internship. And of course, I'm like, what, Ma? Apply for a White House internship? People don't get that. That's not real, I mean, it's real, but I'm like, that's a lie. And she's like, Annie, do it. And so she called me maybe 3 or 4 days before and said, Annie, I was in the garage and God told me to tell you he will take care of you as long as you complete the process. And I'm like, well, I know my mom is not lying about what God says to her, so I have to trust that. And my application was due at 11:59 p.m. on September 13th. I pressed submit at 11:57 p.m. on September 13th. Got the internship, working in the office of the First Lady, which is where I wanted to work. And so, like, that has just been amazing. And my final day was Friday. My final official day was Friday. But it has just been amazing. Like, God is so good the way he's just like, Annie, not only am I going to make this thing work out, but I'm going to set you up. You know, I got you. Have higher expectations for me, Annie. Don't just expect me to just push you on through and you graduate and that's it. Have higher expectations and complete the process. When I give you something to do, complete it. If this is what you want to do, you go get it and I will take care of the rest. So that was that. Now, on April 15th, I received an email from Howard University saying, you have a balance of $29,000. In order for you to graduate, that needs to be at zero. You guys, April 15th, that was told to me. Now, all my family's coming to see me. I am ready to graduate. I've taken 20 credits this semester. A full-time internship from 9 to 6 p.m. So I will wake up at 6 a.m. I'd wake up at 6 a.m. to go to a 6:30 a.m. fitness class that I needed to take. I had an online health class and a number of other courses that I was allowed to do my work throughout the semester and submit it, via email. So it has been tough to balance 20 credits plus my internship and just figure this financial piece out with Howard. Then, so I had been praying, I had been talking to people, I had been emailing administrators, literally everyone. And I received an email. Last week that said, it was from the Bursar that said, congratulations, you are financially clear. You guys, I lost it. I cried at work. I got up and ran a lap. Like, to go from $29,000 to them saying, you are financially clear. Congratulations. Like, I'm able to graduate. Still thinking, okay, I still got to figure out this money situation because, okay, they're clearing me, but I still owe Howard this money. And then out of nowhere, I received another email that said, this was a fraudulent email sent to you. You are not cleared and you still have to come up with this money. So I was able to receive some sort of aid that brought my balance down from $29,000 to $19,130, which is still a lot. That's $20,000. So 2 days ago, so after I received that, oh, this was a joke email, somebody like hacked us, we don't know how that happened. Now I'm like, okay, God, what the heck is going on? Because I just got excited about the fact that I was cleared and that I could graduate. I needed clearance this week so that I could participate in commencement activities, or I needed clearance last week, Friday, so that I could participate in commencement activities, whether that's graduation rehearsals, and just different events that come with graduation, right? So then I'm like, okay, they're saying that I don't have the funds to graduate. Where am I going to get this money from? Y'all. 2 hours after I received that email that stated that the previous email was fraudulent and that I am not cleared, I received an email with the subject, gift a senior. And it said, congratulations, you have been awarded a scholarship from a donor. So, of course, I jumped for joy. You guys, not only did I receive a scholarship from someone I did not know, I received $19,130. My balance from Howard University is $19,130. I am cleared to graduate. There is nothing else that will stop me from graduation. And so when I tell y'all God is so good and his setup is crazy, literally all it takes is faith, patience, and a fight about you. And God will really handle and he will really come through. I received a fraudulent email. First of all, I received an email April 15th saying that I needed $30,000. Then I received an email saying, don't worry about it. You're cleared. You can participate in commencement activities, but you'll still have to come up with this money. Shortly after that, I received an email saying, just kidding. That's not true. You still got to come up with this money. And a donor who I do not know wrote me a check of $19,000. $19,130 to be exact, in order for me to graduate and not owe Howard any more money. God is good, and I am so excited that I was able to share that with you all, because I had no idea my 30 days was going to be like this. I had no idea Howard was going to tell me that, because of finances, you can't even participate in commencement. I had no idea that I was going to receive an email saying that I was cleared. I had no idea I was going to receive an email from the very same email address that was not real. And I definitely didn't know that God was preparing to cover me entirely and then give me extra on top of that. I just wanted a clearance so that my family and friends and my 3-year-old nephew and my sister, my mother, my grandmother, my dad can see me graduate, because this is all of our degree. I expected God to push me through, but he went above and beyond, and now I don't owe Howard anything. It was taken care of. It was covered. I'm saying that to say, and I know that this was a longer post, but I need you guys to really understand how good God is and not to limit what he can do. Let's not box God up and just say, okay, God, I just need you to do this. Make the minimum thing happen. Bare minimum. That's all I need from you. No, God, I expect that you will go above and beyond for me, because that's just who you are. That's who you are, God. Y'all don't understand. I had no idea I would be in this position. I was worried about not graduating on time. I was worried about not being with my class and what people would say about Annie having to take an extra year. Y'all, God is good. God is good, and I am able to graduate with my degree in political science. I get a bachelor's degree of political science. And I don't owe Howard anything else. Trust God, y'all. Literally continue to walk in your royalty, because we are really ruled by a king. Our Father is a king. Kings make all things happen. A king makes a decision, and that's it. A queen makes a decision, and that's it. Above and beyond what anybody else can say, what anybody else can think. God is so good. And so that is what I think that may be the reason why God moved me to share for 30 days what he's been doing in my life, what I've learned. And I did not expect this. And so I pray that you guys just are encouraged to continue to walk in your royalty and know that God is with you always, and to remain patient, to persevere, to, spread love, to just be your best self, because you never know how God's going to reward that. But you know for sure that he will. And just be obedient, y'all. Be obedient. Listen to his voice. Keep your ears and your heart open to him. And he truly will come through. He will come through. my heart is beating fast right now, and I'm trying to just keep myself together, but God is good. God is really, really, really good. Don't let anybody tell you that He's not. And I thank you guys for all your prayers, for all your support. Because I remember when I posted about not having enough money, but we're just believing. And I know it's because of your prayers and your belief um, that God just rewarded this. And so for anything that you're going through, whatever you need God to come through for, whatever miracles you need, whatever breakthroughs, please let me know, share with me so that I can be praying for you and uplift you like you all have done for me. I love you guys. I love you guys. God loves you. Stay grounded. And I don't know where this is going to take me, if I'm going to continue to vlog, but I'll keep you posted. It's been a great, great, great 30 days. Continue to walk in your royalty. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.